Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Today we are back on LMU. Welcome for a new series. Um, yeah, we've got a little bit of time in practice. Let's go do a couple of laps because why not? But yes, welcome along. We are here at Silverstone for the first round of a new Monday series. 6 weeks. We have 65-minute races in the Unrestricted LMP2 car with GT3s, as you can see in front of us. Normal tyre wear, normal fuel consumption, so strategy isn't going to be too difficult. For these series, I was just doing a bit of math for it before starting the stream. Question will be whether to take tyres or not. But yeah, it'll be important not to damage the tyres, not to overdo it on tyres. Into the Vale chicane now. Silverstone, as we've done it before in this car already, very fun track. In these unrestricted LMP2s, flows so well. It's so quick as well. So looking forward to this one. As you can see in top left, practice. I did have a lap that was 1 second quicker, but ran wide on the exit of Stowe Corner. That invalidated it, unfortunately. So we've only been about 4 tenths off the quickest time, and that was on race trim fuel. So quite happy with sort of pace in practice. The big thing around here, of course, is going to be the GT3 traffic. It can really hold you up if you catch it at the wrong point. Tires still a bit cold. Gotta be careful braking for the Vale chicane here. I'd say it's the most difficult braking zone of the entire track. Don't cut it like I did there. Through Village and the Loop, very low speed section. Careful with the throttle, especially while the tires are still coming in. Getting to the apex, even though the tires aren't fully up to temperature, getting a bit of time through Cobb's Corner. Bit of traffic through Maggots and Beckett's holds us up slightly. There's a bit better than I was expecting it to be this lap. Current front getting onto the grass, locking up both tires as a result. And session takes over. So into qualifying then. We'll not waste any time and start making our way towards pit exit. We are at the start of pit lane, towards pit entry. So we do have a bit of a distance to drive to pit exit. Still have to wait a little moment there. But we'll head on out. Got 7 laps of fuel in the car. I'll use most of the session with how long it takes the tires to come in. I feel like it's a bit better to do a longer stint rather than sort of 2 shorter stints, especially with Silverstone being one of the longer laps in the game. Some of the shorter tracks I think you'll get away more with shorter stints. But yeah, the time you can find just from sort of settling yourself into a bit of a longer run as the tires come in. Bit of a balance, of course, starting session between pushing to get tire temperature in, but not pushing too hard to you're wearing the tires. Just go bring them in slowly per se. First qualifying lap then will not be representative on the cool tires. Too soon. Too early for the second part of the field chicane. Nice run through Brickland. Struggled with that corner in practice. Now we start to push a bit more, you can immediately see how much more grip we have through T1. Quarter of a second up as we get to Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, little wide for the apex at the final part. But you just see how irrelevant that first lap is now. Just how much you can push these cars through these corners. Tires aren't fully up to temperature either. I'm trying to avoid the curb on the outside of, on the exit of the loop there. Just causes the traction control to kick in. That was cleanly through Brooklands that time. As we come up to the line, it'll be to the top. Only purple final sector though, so someone may be going quicker. Finding more time though. That's a bit messy though, definitely left time on the table. 1,000th now. Dropped from provisional pole. Despite that messy first sector. You know what, I am gonna go back and try and do a shorter stint. I think we'll have time for 5 laps. But yeah, it's going to be a close qualifying session, so just trying to get a little bit more of that potential from a lighter fuel load will be crucial. Thank you for the good lucks. Looking forward to this race by your reserve. Yeah, this series did fill up very quickly. Maybe a couple of spots will open up after this race. I didn't put on new tyres. I forgot you have to do that in this game. Yeah, we might still have time. Yeah, it's important we go and do these laps. We're very tight on making a 5th lap, which would be a 4th flying lap. That's sketchy on the pit exit. Yeah, can't really afford to waste time. As you can see, people are finding more time. So currently half second off provisional pole. But I know we have maybe about half second in the lap. Maybe even a full second, depending on how much the tires come in. Plus, being slightly lighter on the fuel load for this stint. Yeah, we should have time for all of our flying laps here. See the time we lose 3 maggots and Beckett's alone. Over 7 temps down already. That's just from the tyres not being up to temperature just yet. A front right locking coming into Village. Gonna get sort of 2 proper attempts, I would say, once the tires come in. As you can see, they're not quite there yet. Seeing some people in pit lane or in the pits. I'll effectively be there qualifying over, not enough time to get tyres up to temperature. So here we go. Quarter of a second up. Don't really have the confidence through the Vale chicane. Apex in there somewhere. horrible loop. Yeah, lost all the time there. It's going to be down to the final lap, see if we can get up into the top 2. Good start to the lap, but the rest of it was very mediocre. Final lap then. I thought that was just it. Felt like if I give the time up, I wouldn't have improved. It's this first sector that I sort of left the time on the table in the initial lap. So to give that time up, don't know if I would then improve. Finish the lap out anyway, as we've been bumped to 4th. Good exit from the loop, but was slow into it. Wouldn't have been good enough for pole position, but we've been second place on the front row. New tires, fill fuel. Oh well. Yeah. P4, not bad. Yeah, could have been P2. Yeah, it'll come down to the race. Traffic is going to be key. Consistency, especially when, especially with traffic, with the tire wear around here. Yeah, and then getting the pit stop right, which will come, I want to say about 20, 25 minutes left is when everyone will be pitting. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Go to the grid for a race start.
It's going to be a long race. Could see fuel saving technically. Well, it won't save you from having to pit. It will... could save you some time in the pit stop. Yeah, important thing is going to be don't make any mistakes, which is easier said than done around here. Especially the low speed corners. Without any ABS, it's very easy to just snatch a tire in there, especially when you have to go offline to go around some of the GT3 cars. Setting up the moves on the GT3s will be very important, but you have to put a lot of trust in them to stay predictable, not to do anything crazy.
Formation lap has started.
game wants me to get close. Ah, yeah, sure, Arbel. I'm sure she won't be mad. And the reason why I'm not on the pit limiter just yet is because we're on the outside here as we go round the field. So we have a much longer distance to travel. So we have to go much faster to keep in line.
Green flag, green flag.
Wasn't a great launch on the outside here. Yeah, no good start, unfortunately. They nearly understeered into the side of me. That's a bit scary. So down one place. But as I said, it's about the long run. Side by side for P2. Big snap for the car in front. Don't know how that happened. That gives us a bit of clean air to try and catch up to the cars in front. Can quite easily gain time from just pushing more through the high-speed corners. But I doubt it's going to do the tires any good. We are closing in on the cars in front. Car behind's also putting a little bit of pressure on. They're not holding anything back, it seems, at the moment. Fastest lap of the race. Car behind invalidated last lap. Starting to fight for the lead now. Gotta be careful with where poker nose. Don't accidentally tag someone into a spin. So fight for P2 is letting the leader start to break away. Only 0.25, can live with that. Wide. Big lock up for the car in front. We get carried a little bit more straight line speed off of on the outside. Maybe should have been a little bit more aggressive there. Gotta be careful of the rear end. Trying to beat the bar down out of the Veil chicane. Struggling with Abby a little bit. Another big lock up for the car in front. Yeah, I definitely want to get past the car in front. I feel like I have a little bit more pace and cleaner, and they're just making a lot of little mistakes. It's just letting the front two get away. Car behind dropped off and is coming under pressure. Too much curb on entry there to Abbey. Looks like we're starting to get into traffic. Followed the car in front a little bit wide there. Yeah, front left is starting to struggle a little bit. Understeer through the high-speed corners is becoming more and more apparent. Here's the real thick of the traffic. Snatched the front left a little bit there. Just tagged my rear panel. Oh, that's certainly done some damage to the tires. Luckily we didn't hit anything. Yeah, it's cost us a massive amount of time. Car in front completely missed their braking point. That's quite a harsh track limit warning. Just briefly saw it. Of course, that means we have to pass some of this traffic again. I was hoping that McLaren was going to go a bit wider. So we're down to P6, now 18 seconds off the lead. The previous leader's actually made a mistake and is only a couple of cars in front of us. Or got caught up in another incident. 7 seconds up the road. That's awkward timing with the Porsche there. That's one car spinning off. That's a prototype 2. Ooh, rejoined and collected the BMW. Lost their rear wing in it. I guess not too unsurprisingly, the rush through traffic hasn't been the cleanest for people. Has taken quite a few casualties. Don't know if the Mercedes got scared off the track or just understeered wide. Rear end started to slide there. Trying to pick up the throttle. Yeah, after that spin, the car's certainly a bit more oversteery. Rear tires were not a fan of that spin. So we were like second and a half quicker than the cars in front last lap. It'll be interesting to see if they're struggling or if that's just a bit of a one-off per lap from them. Glad that car eventually moved back over to the racing line. Yeah, they've picked the pace back up. Still went a couple of times quicker. Still that rear end sliding about on the exit of Beckett's. Looks like a battle for second might be brewing. Would be quite nice if that became a three-way battle. That was over. Must have been ever so slightly. We're not too far away from catching the stragglers of the GT3 field. Cities without a rear wing. They've had an adventure. BMW very kindly left the inside open there for us. .48s for all the cars in front. We would have done a 46 there, I'm pretty sure. So we gained nearly 2 seconds. Rear end just went as I turned in that time. Never mind. Tried to pick the throttle up. Slight flat spot on the tires. Or a slight vibration coming from them. I was hoping that BMW was gonna go wider. Got very lucky not to hit the wall there. That does kind of ruin any chance we had of improving. without relying on other people having more incidents. Flag up ahead, but looks like that was for a GT3 car. Leader had a 150.9. That's a pretty slow lap. Must have got really unlucky with traffic. One car already coming into the pits. I wonder if they're taking tires of some selection. I mean, even if they... Depends how much fuel they're putting in. This race at most will be a 37 lap race, but coming down now to a 33 lap race. You know, that's a lot of fuel that doesn't need to be put in now. Just on the brakes now. Well, that's a GT3 off in the gravel. Yeah, I mean, look at how much the rear right is compared to the front right. Overestimated how quickly GT3 would be through cups there. Wasn't ideal. Wasn't there quick enough. Yeah, gotta be careful of that left-hand side curb in the middle of Beckett's. A little bit more space, please. Like, I'm going to be passing you. There's no reason to make it more difficult, because you're just going to cost yourself time. I was really uncertain coming down the straight there whether I'd be close enough to take the inside there. It was just about. So in a bit of no man's land here. Unfortunately. Please don't catch this portion T1. That's not too bad. So we have another 6 laps until we pit, maybe 7. The race just shot back up to 35 laps. I think it was taking the traffic average. But that, I mean, lap time the leader did while they were stuck in traffic and were much slower. Yeah, it's nice in a 36 lap race again. I have to assume it'll be 36 laps. catching a couple of lapped cars. First one lets us go. Rear end had a little wobble in the braking zone again there for Bricklands. Current front's going back into the pits. DT. That was probably the worst timing possible. There's no point trying to go to the inside of the Mercedes because I just got stuck behind the BMW. Apart from that traffic hold up at the start, we've had a good lap. A couple more lapped cars have already made their pit stop. Hopefully they don't hold us up too much. Turning too soon there. That car's getting very brave with the outside curb. They're going to kindly let us through. Deep into village. Current front running wide. And that will let us through. Appreciate the Aston there making it very clear which side they wanted me to pass on. Just about getting to the inside of that McLaren. Kind of let me have it in a way, which I appreciate. Maybe should have sent up the inside there. Pitting this lap because of traffic. GT3 traffic, that is. Did I put 37 litres in? I should have only put 35 in. 2 litres, not going to make the biggest difference. Not as big of a difference as the lap to traffic which we were approaching. Like, yeah, it's technically a little less optimal to pit early. You know, you're doing an extra couple of laps with, you know, over 30 litres rather than less than 10. But, you know, that might be like a half a second or a second total. The GT3 traffic, as you've seen this race, that could be a second per car if you catch it in the wrong place. Have closed in on the car in front. If we didn't have that second spin, we'd be up 2 places. Yeah, we'd be in P4 at the moment. And our tires would be in better condition. There's one more place from of the last car's pitting. Yes, the extra understeer into T1 with the fuel. Looks like the two LMP2s got caught up in an instant. Now we have one right in front of us. That wasn't a good line. it's just ever so slightly track limits for the car in front. Welcome, Kiki. Oh, they were very wide there. Come on! Again? For goodness sakes. I give them enough room, they just threw the car in too quickly and got to the side of me. At that point the contact caused them to lose control. GT3 braked to let me go, but as awkward. Just unfortunate timing. Off the line again. Oh, come on. Start. I accidentally turned the ignition off. I hate the way you pull the clutch in on this game and it does nothing. Oh, the rear left is absolutely ruined. This is going to be a painful end to the race. Oh, come on. The car feels very nervous. It honestly feels like... What line is that? Come on. What racing line is that? I've honestly just had it. I cannot be arsed. I cannot be arsed. That was... Yeah. I want to go look at these contacts first, though. Wasn't this lap? Probably this lap. I knew the space wasn't going to be there on the right-hand side. I mean... I've left space there. I should have left a bit more space, really. It's just they're converging lines. I'm coming in from the left, they're coming in from the right. Not to mention, you know, because we just went round a car, it's not like, oh, we're right next to each other. We're coming in much different angles. You know, they could have been a bit closer to the red part, but trying to have that accuracy at this speed, you know, it's so difficult. So yeah, that one's probably just racing instinct. Both of us could have left a little bit more space. And then they get lucky. They just do a 360 and carry on, whereas I'm, well, stuck off. Off here in the middle of no man's land, stalled engine, and having to go through the gravel. Yeah, that was annoying. And then this one. From their side first. I don't know why they're, first of all, why they're coming in on such a tight line. You know, they could have opened the corner up for them more. But where's the apex in here? You know, I've left them enough room here. You know, I'm going to squeeze them to a tight line. Is that a lockup? I go inboard, we'll see here. Yeah, they start locking the front right here. And at that point, they're drifting wide into the line that I'm on. Yeah, and then let's look at this. GT3. That's... And that's that moment then. Accidentally turned the ignition off, trying to start the car. Second time. Next lap, it's next lap. So at this point, I'm way too far back to be making a move on this car on the outside. And then they're on this wide line. They're not on the apex. And then just like... It's like they're coming back for an apex here. Like when the grass starts. Or at the end of this curb. Like, they didn't even meet that outside curb. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they should be, like, much higher throttle. So they should be, and that we push the car out, but, like, they don't even go full. Look how long it takes them to go full throttle. They're not even racing. They're driving around it as if they're under a safety car. Yeah, well, is what it is. Yeah, well, that is unfortunately going to be it for today's stream. That's a bit of a crap race. Yeah, just the way it goes sometimes. Hopefully, the rest of the season won't be anything like this. Because yeah, that was quite disappointing. Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday, where we're continuing our SRL series in the LMP3. We have either Imola or Silverstone for this week. I'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, we'd a decent run. We were actually pretty good run last week, up until the pit entry and picking up that drive-through penalty. But yeah, otherwise it was a very good round. Hopefully we can go. We can be just as strong this week, and maybe we can take our first victory. And yeah, and then we'll be back next Monday for the second round, which will be at Portimao next week. So a track we're somewhat familiar from the LMP3 last Wednesday. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the LMP2 goes around there. The people from Wednesday were saying it was quite struggle, so it was especially in the low speed corners, which isn't too much of a surprise. But yeah, we will see how that goes. Anyway, I said that'll do it for today's stream. Thank you, Gigi, for joining. Thank you all those that joined in chat. Wish good luck to those that lurked around during the race as well. Hope you enjoyed what was a bit of a calamity, if that's the right word I'm thinking of. Yeah, shame it went that way. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday. If not, maybe again on hopefully again next Monday. Until then, take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a good Tuesday and Wednesday. If I don't see you on Wednesday, have a good rest of your week. Till next time, take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.